Knicks continue in Summer League in Las Vegas, taking on the Toronto Raptors. Their Summer League head coach is Judd Buechler. He now joins us. Coach, thanks so much for your time. What are your impressions so far for your team through 2 games in Las Vegas?
Well, I'm really happy with the improvement we've made since we've arrived here. You know, we had about a 4-day mini camp. It's really tough to put, everything into it in 4 days, an offense, and side out of bounds, a baseline out of bounds, a defense. But I feel great about what our staff's done, and the boys have responded pretty well.
Hey, can you calm the masses about R.J. Barrett and what you've seen from him, not only just in the games but behind the scenes? Because obviously the shooting is something that has everybody talking, the low percentage, but it's 2 Summer League games, yet we're in New York, so that's what happens some of the time. So what are you seeing behind the scenes that might tell you that this is nothing to worry about?
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about at all. We have the utmost confidence in what he can do as a basketball player, and he's staying aggressive is what we want him to do. He's been tremendous in practice. The work ethic's there. The motor's there. He really wants to be great. You can tell by the way he approaches each practice and each game. And he's missed some shots, but it's 2 games in, and we're not worried at all.
Now let's focus on the positives. Iggy Brazdeikis was on fire last game, and I didn't see him play that type of game at Michigan. He took his game to a new level. It seems like the NBA game is going to fit him perfectly. What are your impressions of him in the mini camp and now seeing him out there on the floor?
Yeah, so he obviously had a tremendous game. I had a chance to spend about a week with him in LA, working him and RJ out, and I was unbelievably impressed with him, his physicality, and just his overall feel for the game. He really got it going. He was the one guy that I went to down the stretch because he had it going. He's great in pick and roll. I didn't have a chance to see him play very much at Michigan either, and I think we found something pretty special.
You know, you're a better man than me because I would have said it's a coaching move. The second game, I put him in the starting lineup, and away we go. But there's several players that obviously we're looking at, and some of the guys that are returning from last year. And Kevin Knox is a guy that we know has put in a lot of work since the end of the season in the gym, trying to get his body stronger and working on his game. He looks like the way he finished the season, on a positive, it looks like he's picked up where he's left off with his game. Have you seen the same thing?
Absolutely. He's had a great summer. He went back to Miami. He was out in L.A. Working with his trainer. I was with him as well. Unfortunately, about a week and a half before Summer League, he had a minor calf strain. He missed, so he didn't come in completely healthy. He was cleared, but he's really shot the ball well. I don't know the percentages, but in practice yesterday, he was about 8 for 9 from the 3-point line. He shot the ball well in the games. We just want him to continue to grow, get better, stay aggressive. I like him to improve on his rebounding a little bit. I think he's kind of a double-double guy each night, but he's on his way to doing good things.
Judd, I'm sure you're bummed about losing the first game because you guys were making a comeback. I think you had a chance to win that. How does the format of the Summer League, just clarify for everyone out there how it works? I think there are like 32 teams, 8 of them make the playoffs and the finals. The other teams go into like a consolation bracket. What's kind of your mindset going into these next 2 games? Can you get into the final 8?
You know what? I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I know that the first game was a bit of a bummer how that ended up. That was just a wild night at Thomas and Mack, and I'm happy that everyone's safe. Tough loss the other night in overtime. We had a chance to win that. We just didn't really execute down the stretch. But we're 0-2. We play tonight against Toronto. We play tomorrow, I believe, against the Lakers. I'm pretty sure we'd have to win probably both of them to even have a chance to get in the top 8. They changed the format from a couple of years ago. And to be perfectly honest again, I'm just focused on the next game ahead of us. I mean, it'd be really nice. These guys have worked real hard in practice. We have an incredible group. Our management put together just 1 through 16, a bunch of really good kids that have worked real hard. I'd like to get some playing time for some others that deserve it, but we need to try and win a game here. It'd be nice to get a W tonight, then also win, obviously, tomorrow.
So, Coach, we've talked about the draft picks. We know about the players who were rookies last year, Trier and Knox and Robinson. How about Kenny Wooten? He's undrafted out of Oregon. Has he turned some heads here with what he's been able to do on the defensive end of the floor?
He really has. I mean, he missed the first practice due to an illness or something, and then he came into the night practice, the double day we had, and he just impressed everybody. He's an incredible athlete. He's a pogo stick, can jump out of the gym, very athletic, wants to get better like the rest of them, has a great attitude, and I think he has a huge upside for us.
You mentioned the game on Friday, the opener, and how, what a bizarre night that was. What was it like for you? Did you feel the earthquake? Did you know something was going on there? Because the game, Trier dunked during the earthquake, but then obviously you could see the people in the crowd were reacting to it. What was it like for you on the sideline?
Well, I was standing. We were mounting this comeback, and Alonzo had a great, dunk at the basket, as you can see there. And if you were on the court or standing on the court, I didn't feel a thing. I didn't know what was going on until I kind of glanced up to the stands, and people were exiting at a very quick pace to get out of the building.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was going on, but something clearly was happening because there was a big buzz in the arena, and people were leaving their seats and kind of sprinting up, the stairway to get out of the building. And I honestly did not know until I kind of saw that and then looked up and saw the scoreboard moving, kind of going back and forth. And obviously at that point, something was going on. And then they took us in the back. They moved us over to the bench first, then took us in the back. And then I thought they were going to bring us back out, give us about a 4-minute warm up, and then we were going to resume the game. Obviously, we were down 6. We had some momentum. There was over 7 minutes left, plenty of time, and then they called it. And I found out later that night, the score as it was at the end, right there, was going to stand, and it took a loss, for that game.
And you're a Southern California guy. I'm sure it wasn't your first experience, right?
No, it was no big deal. I just kind of wanted to keep playing. It just happened all the time. No big deal.
All right, Coach. Hey, thanks so much for your time. We know you're very busy.
Sure.
Good luck tonight against the Raptors and tomorrow night against the LA Lakers.
All right, guys.
Good to see you, Judd.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.